So let me just say this video. What God gives for someone, do you know? Let me just put this phone down so I can see properly. Let me explain something to you. When God gives someone an opportunity, right? When God blesses someone's life, when say for example, somebody's praying, somebody's speaking in tongues for over 5 hours, over 7 hours, over 20 hours, and they're a religious prayer warrior, right? People that pray like that, not only can they not be stopped, but it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you say. Because why? What God says, no man can say no to. So it doesn't matter if you agree. It doesn't matter if you don't agree. It doesn't matter if you care or not. Because why? What God gives somebody else is not for you. It's not for the public. It's not for people in America. It's not for people in South Asia. It's not for people in Dubai. It's not for you. If God gives somebody something, it's only for that person. It's not for nobody else. And I'm not a traditional person, but I'm just saying, if for example, my dad has been praying because he's a Christian and he reads the Rema and he comes from a religious Christian background. So he's a prayer warrior. So when he's praying, he can pray for over 5 to 10 hours without getting tired nonstop. So what God gives him in his prayers, what God gives his blessings is only for him. It's not for you. It's not for me. It's not for somebody else. It's only for him. People that pray for 5 hours are serious prayer warriors. But not only that, what God tells them in prayer, that is for that person. It's not for you. I don't care if you've been there for 30 years and you've been waiting. It was never going to be you. Because what God tells somebody, that's who the prayer is for. The person that's praying. So the best thing you can do is shut up, because it was never going to be you. You were canceled. And that's what the fuck it is. You were canceled. Yes, you. So get over it. And like I said, I don't repeat myself. If God has been praying over someone's been praying 5 to 10 hours and they've been praying and praying, and God finally answered their prayers and said, I'm going to bless you with a family. That's prayer is for that person. That's it. It's for that person because they've been praying and God has given them the answers to their prayer. Simple. It's not difficult to see that. And if you're getting upset because you want someone's opportunity and someone's blessing, it was never going to be you. Ever. That's why you were canceled. You were removed. His blessings is only for him. It's not for you. If he's getting blessed from God, you're not getting blessed. Because why? Were you praying? Were you speaking in tongues? Were you doing that? You weren't praying. You weren't getting into prayer. You weren't doing none of this stuff. You were just trying to take what doesn't belong to you. So because you're upset, because you tried to take what doesn't belong to you, it was never going to be yours. And that is the reason why he has his blessings. Because those are things that he prayed for. His blessings are not for you. So I don't care what you're not understanding. At the end of the day, what he was praying for is his business. It's between him and God. It's not anything to do with you. So with that being said, that goes for anybody. Anybody that's prayed, their blessings are between that person and God. It's not between you, because you're irrelevant. So I don't know what you're getting excited for, because it was never going to be you. So I don't understand. And secondly, if somebody's been praying for 5 hours in their prayer closet, that's not your business. Someone praying for 5 hours in their prayer closet is between that person and God. It's not between you. So I don't care if you don't agree that. It doesn't matter. So get over it. What God does for somebody is not going to be for you. And let me just say this. Stop being jealous of other people's blessings. Yeah. Stop being jealous of what God does for somebody else. Because that's why you didn't get blessed. Because you're being jealous of what God is doing for someone else. Yeah. That's the problem. You're jealous of what God is doing for someone else's life. And that's the reason why you're upset. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Because what God does for someone, he doesn't do that shit for you. He only does it for that person. So it doesn't matter if you don't like it. It doesn't matter. Why does it not matter? because what God does for someone is that person's business. And I'm just gonna tell you straight up, I don't cut no shit with people. All this crying and stuff that people are doing because you wanted to take someone's blessing, you would never be able to do it. Because what God does for somebody, He only does it for that person. So I don't care if you don't agree with that. So yeah, stop being jealous, because even if you're jealous, you're still getting skipped, because what God does for somebody else, it would never be for you. So you could take your jealousy and put it up your fucking ass, because you know why? It doesn't matter if you're jealous. Your jealousy doesn't stop what God is doing. So nobody cares at the end of the day. So you wasted your time. And also, I said what I said, I'm posting this on YouTube.